Good morning to you and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Monday, the 15th of January. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Coming up, we will be touching on the cold temperatures that we're seeing right now and why it is important to check on the most vulnerable in our communities. I don't care where you are right now. If you're experiencing cold temperatures, it is important to make sure that you're keeping an eye on, yes, the smallest beings, the newborns. They're the most vulnerable, the elderly, and the pets out there. Also, outside workers, be aware of what you're feeling as you're outside for signs of either hypothermia or frostbite. We just want to keep you safe. So we're going to touch on that in just a couple of minutes. And then after that, we hear all about the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association and how this 501c19 is working with vets. They work together and just to be that support system. So we're going to hear all about this association this morning. And lastly, of course, it is Monday. It is time for our Let's Eat segment today. Catherine Mayhew, our food columnist and food writer, talks to us about the best of 2023. You know, she went to a lot of places, so cannot wait to share that with you this morning. But first, let's get a check of our headlines and stories that you'll find at mainstreetmediatn.com. No doubt you all have noticed salt trucks out. The Tennessee Department of Transportation has put out that salt supplies have been replenished in all 95 counties in preparation for the winter season. In a recent press release, Deputy Governor and TDOT Commissioner Butch Ely stated, "Our salt bins and our brine are fully stocked and our employees are ready to mobilize in the event of inclement weather. Clearing our roadways as soon as we can is vital to keeping motorists safe and traffic moving in Tennessee." Head to our website, mainstreetmediatn.com, for where you can find winter weather tips, travel information, and a regional breakdown of TDOT winter weather supplies and equipment. This Smyrna man and his daughter helped to save a family and its pet rabbit from a house fire. 3 adults and 3 children were in the house at the time of the fire. All of them escaped the house along with the family's pet rabbit named Smokey without serious injury. A family pet cat named Luna has not been found just yet. More on this can be found on our website by going to the Murfreesboro Post. Beginning January 23rd, the Wadeborn Nature Center at Rotary Park in Clarksville will host the Ode to Nature. This will feature the work of 2 area artists, Anna Lee Parker and DC Thomas. The art exhibit will feature original paintings and illustrations inspired by the beauty of nature. Get to know a little bit about each artist by going to mainstreetmediatn.com and clicking on Main Street Clarksville. Keeping an eye on the weather is so important right now. Let's get a check of that forecast with the team at Tennessee Valley Weather.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Monday with your latest forecast update. And snow continuing across the area this morning, especially the southern half of Middle Tennessee, will actually ramp up in intensity as we go through the day, and that may extend northward up into the Nashville metro area. Again, heavy snow rates here continuing the snow accumulation that we've already had from Sunday night. Slick, hazardous travel issues will not improve through the day. By late afternoon, early evening, that tapers off to flurries, and then that moves out overnight, but as skies clear later into the overnight and Tuesday morning, that radiational cooling allows us to get down into the upper single digits and lower teens as we start our Tuesday morning as skies do begin to clear out. So winter storm conditions today, clearing but cold for Tuesday to Wednesday. Road conditions may not improve for a few days. We do get above freezing here Thursday, but Thursday evening, Thursday night, Friday morning, rain mixing with a wintry mix is possible. We'll detail that the next few days as we go forward. Clearing and colder for the weekend.
Right off the bat this morning, I don't have to tell you that it is just really cold out here. When you get outside, make sure that you're dressed appropriately, that you have your head covered, you have something warm on, a jacket and gloves. Make sure that you are taken care of. We want to make sure that you know the signs of hypothermia and frostbite, and that you're aware of the most vulnerable when temperatures start dipping as low as what we're feeling right now outside. So let's talk about that first. The most vulnerable in our areas, wherever you might be. It is first the little ones, the littlest beings. I'm talking newborns. They're the most vulnerable. Your elderly and seniors. If you know of someone, if there's someone in your circle, hey, check on them. Give them a call. Say, hey, is your heat working? Are you good? Do you need anything? They're the most vulnerable. Also, those dealing with a chronic illness, as well as our unhoused community. I'm talking the homeless individuals out there. They are so vulnerable right now, as well as outdoor workers. And we understand what the weather, what we're feeling when we're outside. The absolute most vulnerable little beings, those are our pets. They don't have a voice, so we really have to take care of them. Make sure that your pets have food and water. If you have an outside pet, bring them in for the time being. Make sure that they are okay. Because again, in these temperatures, dogs or cats do not need to be left outside. I don't have to tell you that because again, you are seeing this on social media. People are making sure that hey, bring those pets in. If you happen to know of a pet that you see running around, you have people in your county that you can call. Call your animal shelter, call your humane society, call the police department, let them know that there is an animal running around out there. They are there for you to help take care again of those four-legged, furry, precious lives out there to make sure that they are safe during these cold temperatures. Let's talk about for you. If you happen to be outside, be aware of your body and what you're feeling, what you're sensing. Let's talk about the signs of hypothermia and frostbite. We're talking what you're feeling would be confusion, shivering, difficulty sleeping, sleepiness, and stiff muscles. This is something that you're going through. Seek medical attention. If you happen to be an individual out there or a family and you need to find a warm place to stay, there are those that are there in your community that are there to help you, and you have those warming shelters. So seek those out. Call and see where a warming shelter might be. I do know here in Clarksville, you have Urban Ministries and Manna Cafe that are looking to help anyone who may not have heat right now or just they don't have a place to stay. So please make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And again, let's keep an eye on each other as the temperatures continue to dip this week. We had that forecast at the beginning of the show. I don't care what your news outlet is, where you get your weather. Be sure that you're keeping track of where the temperatures are and stay safe yourself and keep those loved ones and those that you know safe as well. All right, we have a lot coming up. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
He shoots, and he scores!
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Witness more than 1,000 handcrafted Chinese lanterns featuring brand new designs, including towering mythical beasts, a life-sized Santa's workshop, and a 100-foot-long dragon. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. I have the pleasure of being in Gallatin talking with two representatives from the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. And something I want to say right off the bat, it is a 501c19. We'll explain what that is coming up. Vets Helping Vets. With us today, we have the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association Chapter Commander. We have Daniel Bresick with us. We also have the Public Relations Officer with them, Vance Edwards, with us. So thank you guys so very much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
What a treat of what you guys do. Vets Helping Vets, being able to, make that connection, be there for each other. How did this start?
Originally started back in the 90s. It actually used to be a club, a motorcycle club. I believe it was around 2002 is when it changed over to the nonprofit organization, became an association. We have all chapters in all 50 states, Europe, and just, overseas, and then just various chapters throughout the states. I mean, some have just a handful, some have 15, so.
What do you have to do to have that distinction as a 501c19? Because I'm familiar with 501c3s, but what's the C19?
A 501c19 has to be run by and for the benefit of veterans. So it's a way to separate veterans organizations from other nonprofits or charities.
How many vets do you guys have in this organization?
We have total members in this chapter. In Nashville, it's about 141 people. Nationally, I think we're around 20 or
20, somewhere between 20 and
25,000.
Wow.
And that's throughout the country. The overseas and most of those gentlemen are active duty. There are some retirees, but
share with us the mission. What is at the heart of this association?
Heart Association is Vets Helping Vets, and it's everything from showing up at the VA and just lending moral support for the folks. We've started back up in Murfreesboro at the State Veterans Retirement Home, and having bingo. Have a couple big charity events to raise funds, and then annually anywhere from maybe $12,000 to $20,000 in our chapter, and we're geared towards trying to give to local organizations that once again directly benefit veterans only.
So Daniel, you served in the Marines.
Yes.
Vance, you served in the Navy and the Army.
Correct.
To be able to have organizations like this, again, there are a number of phenomenal veterans organizations out there that are there for you if you're a vet, if you've been a service member, man or woman, for you to turn to. There is such a high rate of suicide in veterans. How important is it to have that base group when they get out, whether you're a servicewoman, serviceman, to have people who understand you? How important is that for you?
It's extremely important. When you're deployed, primarily when you're deployed, it is the best and the worst times of your life, but all you have is a brother and sister next to you. And when you come home, if you're not still in the military, you lose that, and it is very hard to connect with the regular outside worlds. They don't understand what you went through. It's a fact, very dark humor. I mean, we all have it, but it's depending on the jobs you had, the dark humor is what got you through it. And when you come back, you don't have that. So then joining an organization like this, everybody has a common understanding of what we've all gone through, and you don't have to relive it because everybody's been there, done that, and it's just the camaraderie of hanging out and belonging to something that you hold dear. And then within helping the veterans, it's kind of your payback. Especially when a lot of the veterans we've been helping are Vietnam vets, World War II vets. Even if it is, unfortunately, supporting their funerals, at least the families appreciate the fact that, we block the streets and allow them to get where they need to go. And so.
And it's very important, too, because there's things we can't talk about even with our spouses, our children. Somebody who hasn't been there and done that, you just, because they don't understand. You can't understand it just by an explanation if you haven't experienced it. So being able to sit down with brothers that may not have been at the same place at the same time, but we had that common experience.
How do we connect with you? For someone seeing this, they're like, I'd like to learn more. I have a motorcycle. I'm a veteran. How do they connect with you?
I guess we can give it out after, but we have our email address for our website, and on there it does give a little bit of what we're about, the history, what we're about, events calendar, what we're doing, and then there is a donation link for anybody that does want to help, that may not actively be able to join but wants to support veterans. They can donate directly to us.
And because for anywhere else, you can always go the national website, combatvet.us.
Okay.
Is it vet or vets? Combat vet, right? I always forget.
I'll have to look. I just click Google. Just type in CVMA.
Google is so handy. We say it all the time.
Google CVMA.
Yeah, just Google CVMA. It'll pop up. And there's a link too, where you can say, if you're interested in joining, and it'll connect you to wherever your local chapter is. We have, as SoCal said earlier, we have 15 chapters in Tennessee, including one in Clarksville,
Crossville, Cookeville, Johnson City, Chattanooga, Knoxville,
Tullahoma,
Jackson, Tullahoma,
Columbia.
just
we're
all over.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of it too, and that's when I said before, we help outside vets, but we also help ourselves by the camaraderie that we give each other.
Any final thoughts from either one of you?
You can also reach out to us. We've got a pretty good presence on Facebook, and a lot of events that aren't official events, but just where we, one of the things we started doing is we do a jam session, and we try to have it different, and it's just open to the public. We've done one here, we've done them in Murfreesboro and Smyrna, Mount Juliet. It's come, bring an acoustic guitar, sit and just jam with veterans, because music is such a
release.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Therapy.
And it's so Facebook, all kinds of events like that. You can find us on Facebook and just come and hang out sometimes.
And the association also gives back to the community. You guys give back quite a bit.
Yes, yeah, we give, and I believe it was last year, it was close to $21,000 or $22,000 that we gave out. It's just what we raise, and like I said, we're not in it to primarily raise, but that is a way we do give back, is by holding events and working them to raise the funds so we can help out those in need.
That's so wonderful. Thank you. Again, very much appreciate you, Daniel and Vance, for sharing this with us, for all of us here at Mornings on Main Street. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for your service.
Thank you, ma'am.
Again, more about Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, just go to the website that you see there on your screen. Stick with us. We have more coming up right after this.
At Implant and General Dentistry, we're proud to offer dental care you can trust. Our team, led by Dr. Andrew Flips, is dedicated to serving our community with the highest quality of care. We offer comprehensive dental exams, cleanings, whitening, and more. With our compassionate and experienced team, you'll be able to smile with confidence. Come experience the difference for yourself. Call us today to schedule an appointment or visit our website to learn more.
Sherry's Hope is dedicated to sharing the hope of Christ, protecting the health of our community, and supporting those who are fighting cancer. You can be a champion of hope this season. When you give monthly to Sherry's Hope, you help meet the needs of families in our community as they are battling cancer. Your monthly gift of $10 or more gives hope all year. Together, we can make a difference.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. I'm excited about this Let's Eat segment because 52 Mondays in 2023. We talked about great restaurants throughout Middle Tennessee, places that our food reporter and columnist has dined at. And this morning, we are going to highlight 10 of the best, 10 of the favorites. Catherine Mayhew with us. I'm excited about this top 10 list.
Well, I'm glad you're excited about it because it was a great year in Nashville for dining out. A lot of new concepts, new restaurants, people getting into the market for the first time. And so this was a really fun list to put together.
And I love that you just selected the 10, but you didn't rank 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? You didn't really rank them.
No, I did them in alphabetical order because it's like picking out one of your children and calling them your favorite, which they're all my favorites.
And let's just say, the hard work that goes into creating an exceptional dining experience, it takes, hard work, tenacity, long hours, and so much money. So again, thank you to all the restaurants out there for all of those people that are like, let's create this in the Middle Tennessee area. So again, okay, let's start with the list. What do we have on this top 10?
All right. So we start with beginner's luck, which is the weirdest concept, but it's probably the future of restaurants. There's no brick and mortar, and if they mean for you to order on a delivery service like DoorDash or Uber Eats, and if you go there, you can only pick up your food in a locker, so you never see anybody. It's the weirdest thing. However, their menu is fantastic. It is sort of based on a Korean breakfast menu. Mm-hmm. And they have a lovely sandwich on milk bread with fluffy eggs, a maple sausage patty, jalapeno honey mustard. They have a very, very good smash burger. And one of my favorite places and definitely my weirdest dining experience because I had to get help to get the locker open.
I remember that story. I remember that one. Okay, you also have Chinatown on there. And I do remember you talking about the tenderness of the pork and the cabbage in one of the videos.
So Chinatown is one of the few restaurants in the Nashville area that has an authentic Chinese menu. And I'm all for Chinese American. I love it. But I also love being able to get something that I've never been to China, but I imagine would be an experience I would have were I in China. So Chinatown's the one to go to for that. Then we have Dicey's Tavern, which has Chicago tavern-style pizza. And what that is a pizza that's cut into squares instead of wedges. And the toppings go all the way to the edge of the pie. There's no crust, as it were. And Dicey's does a great job of doing some really unusual flavor combinations that just send this pizza over the top. Then we go to Egg Drip, one of my favorites. I have to say, of all my children, this might be the one that I would throw out.
That's with the really good bread, right?
It's really good bread. It's Korean milk toast. Japanese milk toast. And he makes these wildly delicious sandwiches. It's just a guy. He now has a semi-permanent location at Agua Java, so check him out there weekdays. But the sandwiches are great. He does a bulgogi version. It's an exceptional sandwich. Then Dumpling House. So who doesn't like dumpling, right? This is in Hillsborough Village. And literally, with a few exceptions, all they do is dumplings. They make them there by hand. And the thing that will make you stand up and take notice is if you go for the fried version, they create this kind of lacy skirt around each dumpling. And it's served that way. So you get this crunch of this lacy skirt plus these beautifully made, delicate dumplings out of this world. Then we go to Fries Cream. Again, the weirdest concept ever. You like French fries? You like soft serve? Great, this is your place.
And that's all you need to know is there's French fries and ice cream. Go and enjoy. I look forward to that when the temperatures start warming up. I do have to say Kisser. So we are highlighting Kisser. You're seeing this before our Kisser segment comes up. So I'm going to say look forward to next week, you guys, for everything all about Kisser. Can't wait to share that one. Locust was a favorite of yours, and you talked about that one for quite a while.
Well, Locust, again, is it's a wonderful concept. It's run by a very actually famous chef, Trevor Moran, who worked at Noma in Copenhagen, which is considered the best restaurant in the world. He opened this a few years ago. Reservations are hard to come by. You don't get to see the menu until you sit down, but it is worth it. What they do is beyond magical. It's seafood centric, and you will find yourself, it's a place that when you leave, you'll smile like you've never smiled before because it was the best experience of your life. Then we go to Me Kitchen, which is oddly enough, kind of on that same par, but easier to get into. It's Asian tapas with an international twist. Everything on the menu is just delectable. The edamame truffle dumplings, I've never had them anywhere else. So Me Kitchen, it's in Cool Springs, and in what strip shopping center. And last but not least, and close to my heart, is Taqueria La Pumarosa, which has no sign, or maybe they do now, but when I went, they had no sign. It's in front of an appliance store on Nolensville Road. It's a taco truck. They have the best burrito I have ever had in my life, and definitely worth going. Don't pass it by. Don't think it's too humble. No, it's not humble at all.
Oh, it's 10 places to visit. Catherine, for those people who may not be familiar, when your article comes out, where they can find it, where and when?
When my article is Mondays, Main Street Media. Yeah, check it out, please. Go every place that I go.
So typically you can
please follow me.
And I do love following you. You also post a lot on your Instagram, or a decent amount on your Instagram when you go to these places. What is your Instagram handle?
Instagram is The South in My Mouth. And I'm on Facebook as my name, Catherine Chapin Mayhew.
Oh my gosh, you guys go and follow Catherine on both of those social media sites. Again, her article coming out on Mondays at MainStreetMediaTN.com. And of course, you can find Catherine each and every Monday right here at Mornings on Main Street, because I love chatting with you, Catherine. I love what you share. Thank you always. And we really do appreciate you.
Well, we have to have lunch soon.
I cannot wait. Gosh, my favorite still the crickets and the taco. That's still, yes. Oh my gosh. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you next Monday.
You too.
Thanks. All right, you guys, stick with us here at Mornings on Main Street. We have much more coming up right here. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Grin Doctors, your trusted pediatric dentistry and orthodontics practice. Achieve healthy, beautiful smiles with our expert care. At Grin Doctors, we are committed to your child's oral health and well-being. Trust Grin Doctors, your pediatric dental home for exceptional care. We go above and beyond to ensure the comfort and satisfaction of our young patients. Grin Doctors Kids Dental and Orthodontics is right down the street in Old Hickory, TN. Easy to get to and in your neighborhood.
You know that feeling you get when your team goes big? You can get that same feeling on Zen Sports. When you sign up for a Zen Sports account, you will receive up to a $1,000 no danger first wager. That's right. When you place your first bet in Zen Sports, you can be reimbursed for the amount of your first bet up to a $1,000 maximum if the bet loses. No other sportsbook will offer you a premier sports betting experience with 24/7 customer support and faster withdrawals like Zen Sports. Zen Sports, betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and up and in Tennessee to bet.
Smiles. These are the healthy smiles of real Delta Dental members. Folks with access to the nation's largest network of dentists and low-deductible plans with 100% preventive care coverage, all backed by over 65 years of expertise. Go online or give us a call to learn about affordable individual plans that meet your needs. 1-855-844-0445.
Thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street this morning. If you do head out and need to get out in the weather, well, stay a decent length behind the vehicle in front of you. Allow yourself just a little more time today, no matter where you are to travel. Stay safe. Again, thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow morning.